Okay, hey, today I'm going to show you how to take apart an Eken m009s. So you can, so you can fix it, or so you can just replace the battery, or whatever you want to do. I don't know if you can buy other batteries. Okay. First thing is, if your tablet will not turn on, this is what happened to me. I tried pushing the power button. I pushed it for a while. It won't turn on. That is because, for me at least, I had it locked, and then the battery died. So when it turned back on, it was locked, but then it crashed somehow. I don't know exactly what happened. Basically, I had it charging. When I turned it back on, the screen flashed white for a second, and then it turned off. I might have had way too many things running in the background. I'll show you how much stuff I have running once I show you this fix real quick. If your tablet was just running normally and it wouldn't turn on, this might not fix your problem, but this is still something you can try before returning it. Okay, first thing we gotta do is take this oh yeah, again, I apologize for the terrible lighting, but I'm in my room, someone borrowed my camera, that's why I'm using this. I'm using this cloth so I don't drop any pieces on the floor. Okay, first thing we gotta do is take this thing off. Alright, if you look across the edges, this thing is not glued on very well. You can see something that looks like this, right here, maybe on your tablet. I don't know if you can see that very well, yeah, it's where the glue is not really set, or where it's a little bit scraped. Just push up. Use like a. I'm using a eyeglasses screwdriver. You could probably use a guitar pick or something. And I'm also going to be using. Where is it? Hold on a second. I had something else I'm going to be needing. Here we go. I'm going to be using one of these things that things used to open up iPods. But again, you can use a guitar pick. It should work just as well. All right. First thing we gotta do is take off this screen protector thing. You probably won't mess up the screen while doing this. I mean, the screen is about this far in. As you can see, the black border shows you where the screen is not, because this is the entire screen from here to here. So we can do this pretty easily. Just push up on that. You may have to do a little bit more if you've never opened your screen before. Just slide this thing off. Alright, next thing to do is to take out all the screws. I've already taken out one of them because I was already working on this before I decided to start recording it. Let's just do the rest. I'm going to turn the camera, maybe we can get a little bit more light. Alright, that's a little bit better. Like again, if I had my camera, this would be fine. I'm recording off my computer's webcam. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, especially lighting wise. My dog just sneezed. The screws being a little bit harder getting out. Yeah, these screws are really, really small, so even if you have a micro screwdriver, it might not be able to take them out because they're about the size of eyeglass screws, maybe even a tiny bit small. I think they're about the size. Have a little bowl I'm putting them in. Alright. Now for the last two of the four. One thing you definitely want to do is make sure it's off, completely off. The little LED thing here is not green. I mean, if we're going to be disconnecting the battery, so it'll be off anyway. But if you want to have anything open or any programs getting messed up, you want to make sure it's completely off. Another thing you want to do, so it's just got the last screw. If you have an micro SD in there, you want to take that out. Because the first time I opened mine, I left the SD card in there, went flying across the room. It might be broken now. I'm not exactly sure. Yes, light over here, of course, for good measure. Alright, now I have all four screws out. This is where you take your guitar pick, or in my case, this plastic crowbar, and go along the sides. Just push up a little bit. Maybe it's a little plastic thing, you'll feel it lifting. See if you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't really see it, but this part's a little bit elevated. Okay, just push in. You can see these little clamps, maybe. Yeah, you see that? There we go. Clamp. Alright. Again, if you really don't want to open up your tablet for some reason, I mean, this is a $60 tablet. I don't mind opening it up. But if yours was maybe a more expensive model, you could just wait a couple of days for the battery to run out. But since it's pretty much completely off, that might take like weeks. So, okay, it is. I got the two clamps. I think I got the two clamps from this side. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much open all the way to about there. So go in there. From there. Slide it around a little bit. I have a hardest time on the small sides, so I'm just going to leave it right here. Let's start on the other side. Careful, because the top side might go in when you go on the other side. See, this side's open. This side's not. Alright. It might make a little popping sound, but everything should be okay. Just sliding it across now. If you can't slide it anymore, that probably means you hit a clamp and just like move over a little bit. Clamps are pretty easy to see. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a little indentation on the top. Yeah, you definitely can't see that. Okay. Well, when you're doing it, you'll see, because there'll be a tiny gap, and there'll be about 2 of them. Okay, now I'm going to hold this part up. I'll pry it up a little bit. I'm going to hold this with my fingers. Go back. Slide around. Come up to about here. Slide around. Stop here because this is where the power switch is. A power button is. I won't mess that up. And then go to the first side you did before. It should be coming really loose now. You should just be able to pull it right up. Okay, so as you can see, this is a wonderful construction using just masking tape. This masking tape sells strange. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of connectors and a whole bunch of other stuff, ribbon cables everywhere. So the power is at the intersection of all. If you're using my tablet, it's at the intersection of all this tape. What you can do is just look for the corner of the battery. I keep forgetting everything's reversed. Corner of the battery, there should be a cable coming out. Just trace it. Ends up right here. I'll show you what it looks like under the tape. Right there. That's where it's connected to the motherboard. You can use a screwdriver if you want, or you can just pull it out with your fingers if you're feeling cool, I guess, or whatever. Okay, you can just yank it out. I already did this before, so I don't have to do it again. But once you pull it out, it pretty much just slides back in. You might have to push it down and slide it in, like, you know, at an angle. But that's all you have to do. You just can keep it unplugged for about 30 seconds, because that's what it is for everything. Everything you want to unplug, you do it for 30 seconds. Turn off the computer for 30 seconds. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Anyway. Okay, now I'm having trouble getting this tape back down. Yeah, for this, the Wi-Fi is over here, so like the side of the tablet might get a little bit hot from the Wi-Fi and the battery, but it's not like the main thing, or the main center area. Okay, they put little, I forget what these are called, the non-slip things or whatever, or spacers to keep the battery from hitting against the back, so that cuts down on some heat. Okay, I'm going to forget about this part. Alright, the main problem that you may have when reassembling it is the power and volume buttons. Since for me, they do not want to stay in. Here, I'll show you. I put this down so it doesn't get scratched. This, see that? And this. So, I've reassembled this thing like 3 times already, and they do not want to stay in. What it looks like is this little, see if I can show you. See that hole? On the other side, this is going to be extremely hard to see, but on the other side, there's little hooks on both sides of the thing, and we gotta try to get it to stay on one of those. Oops! Oh no, I dropped the volume thing. Alright. So, when you put it in, you have to hook it over, or hook it into the little box. You'll know what I mean when you see it. You just gotta make sure it's locked into place so it won't move anywhere. This is one of the times I really wish I had my camera, but I lent it to someone and they haven't given it back yet, so you know who you are. No. If the family member, my family doesn't watch my videos, I just tell them what happened and then they know. Alright. Alright, there, it's in place. Can you see it right there? Yep, there you go, you see it. So you want, if you shake it and it doesn't come out, that means it's good and locked in, and it shouldn't come out when you reassemble it, hopefully. My menu button hasn't come out yet. Next thing is the volume. The little volume rocker. Oh. Looks like my volume rocker is supposed to have a clip like the other things do, but mine broke. So that's going to be interesting to try and keep mine in place. Oh, keep forgetting the can. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit this in here. So you can see the volume there and there. And just slid out. And we'll try to assemble it and tilt it back so it doesn't, so nothing slides. Okay. You have to put the main board, of course, in the right way. So look for the ports. There are the ports. That's where the bottom of the board goes with the return button. And we'll slide it in this. Okay. So the top of the board has two little hooks on it. Let's see if I can show you. See those? Maybe it'll look better from this way. Yeah, you see those hooks? That's why I'm going to put that side in first. So, the tape won't stay in. Okay. Home button, right there. Sliding it in like this. Tilting the case so the volume buttons don't come out. This is the hooks are probably also the reason that it didn't want to come out when I was sliding the plastic crowbar across the top. Alright, the volume button is still in place. You can't see them, but since it's not a gaping hole, that means they're still there. Push in on all the sides to make sure it's nice and flat. Alright. Okay, it's not completely straight, as you can't see, but before you start screwing it in, test all the buttons. They should all make a clicking sound. Like for mine, the volume up button makes a clicking sound, but the volume down doesn't. Oh, great, it's turned on. Off. Okay. Well, that means it was working. I don't know if you can see it on, though. I'm going to try to fix the volume button by popping it out a little bit. There we go. So what I did was I just pushed this part where right up top the volume button is. I just pushed it out a little bit, and I was able to get the volume buttons in there nice and square or whatever. Alright, push it on all the sides, just slide across it with your thumbs to make sure it's all nice and flat. Okay, again, this should work with most mid tablets, but except for the newer ones, you might not have screws. So if you don't have screws, you can skip to the part with the plastic crowbar or guitar pick where you slide across it. Honestly, I've never actually used a guitar pick for this, but I've seen people use guitar picks for opening iPods and stuff, so it should work the same. But these are probably pretty cheap. I'll see if I can post a link or whatever, but I always get those when I had a iPod I got stuff for, and a tablet, not a tablet, PC, bless you, a Palm Pilot and an iPod, and both of them needed extra stuff. Like one of them needed a battery, one of them and a new touchscreen, so and I got those for free when I got the new stuff. Again, I'll try to post a. Oh no, okay, good. These screws would be like impossible to find if they were falling into my carpet. And here, this little piece of plastic, which you definitely can't see, is the hook for the volume rocker, I think. Alright. Okay, one more screw. Okay, now the next thing is, you want to make sure you didn't get any dirt before we put this thing on here. Any dirt in between there. If you get dirt, or if you have animals, you might get pet hair. You can't just wipe that off. You have to literally take this entire piece of plastic off again. So I'm going to just wipe it off. You don't want to use toilet paper because it might, you know, make little more pieces of toilet paper break off. I'm using my shirt. You could probably just use like a paper towel maybe or something. I don't know. If you have special electronic cleaning wipes, those will definitely work. Okay. Now let's put it back together and test out the touchscreen to make sure. I'm nearly positive I didn't break it because it was so far deep into the tablet and the main board was under it, so it shouldn't be broken. It should be fine. Only one way to find out. Okay. look at that. The button's a little bit off. You can see the little lip there. So I mean, I gotta remove the touchscreen. I mean, not touchscreen, dang it. The screen protector, whatever it's called, and move it over a little bit. I must have it perfect. There we go. It's a lot better. Alright, it's starting up now. As you can see, I'm going to wait until it gets to the Uberoid logo, come running Uberoid on it, to make sure it's completely booting up. My whole boot up process takes a while because I have so much stuff running off the SD card, so much stuff running at boot. So I'll just tell you if for some reason the screen is not working, but, you know, it should. Okay. It's moving, so that's a good thing. You probably can't see it though. But it's definitely moving across the screen. And now you can see a reflection on my computer screen. I actually have the website that has Uberoid in the background. Another useless fact, which you'll never actually need to know. There we go. And it's not frozen, so that means it's booting up the right way. Alright, so I'm going to post this on their website. I'm going to have this on YouTube publicly, so if someone else bought one of these tablets and they're having problems, this might help you. You can try this before you return it. I mean, they're not going to really know you opened it up, except for the fact that the screen might not be on perfectly correct. And if they have like a warranty where if it gets broken, you should still get your money back. And plus, it's like $60. So even though for me, since I don't make much money, that's kind of a lot. It's still not as much as it would be for like a higher end tablet from like Kobe or one of those other people who make like $100 tablets. Okay. Oh, don't forget to put your SD card back in, which I did, micro SD. Alright, so that's it. Have a nice day. Bye. Oh yeah, post a link in the description. Post a comment in the descriptions if this helped you, or if you have any other questions. Alright, bye.